Welcome back. I have another review for you. Once again, this one is a bit different. I do have a story behind this one. I believe this was one of the first Lego sets I ever bought. In fact, I think it is the first one. I'll get into that a little bit later. But you'll know this set if you're a Lego Star Wars fan. This is 7655 Clone Troopers Battle Pack from 2007. Yeah, this is really old. This was the first battle pack. This set is kind of a first for two things. One, it was the first battle pack. It's the first type of this set where you get four figures, one or two builds for $10, and that was that. And it's also the first because it was the first set to include the special guns, at least two of the special guns. You get like the rifle, then you get the blaster pistol style. The regular style that we've been seeing for a long time. So, a couple firsts right out of the gate. This set again released 2007, a long time ago, and it came out with 50 pieces, and I believe it was $10 at the time. And it also has another set with it, like it has another like counterpart, the Droids Battle Pack, which I'll try to get a review out at some point because I also did have that set. This is not my original copy. I did have to repurchase the figures and get all the pieces back up. So no, this is not the original. Although I do have most of the original like figure parts and stuff, but I just don't have the parts, the original parts. But regardless, this could be considered a retro review because this set is that old. I believe this set was released pretty much for Revenge of the Sith, like just to kind of go with that. Even though this is 2007, the movie came out in 2005, so it's kind of riding off the waves of Revenge of the Sith, those sets. And yeah, it being one of the first or being the first one, it's very iconic for Lego Star Wars history. It's also very iconic for like just clone trooper sets. It's very beloved, very well done. And I think it holds up very well today, for sure. Is it the best battle pack? I don't think it's I don't think it's the best, but it's my favorite. There's a difference, I think. Favorite and best are two different things, and I'll share my thoughts on it. I've been wanting to review this set for a very long time. Unfortunately, it's been such a while, just because of how old this thing is. Regardless, let's get all that out of the way. You get four minifigs. You get a commander or captain. You get a shock trooper. Then you get the two, generic clones, and they're all based on Phase Two, which of course was seen in Revenge of the Sith. They changed the style of clones in that movie, which is fair. And you also get a speeder build and a gun turret, so it's pretty cool. Uh, it's definitely not cheap. You're looking at around 40, 45, 50 used, and then over 100 sealed. So it's not the cheapest thing ever, but it has a lot of value. At least the figures do. So we'll take a look at them now. We'll move aside the builds for a little bit. Take a look at the minifigs. You get this captain. I think he's either a captain or a commander. He's one of the two. This is the 327th Star Corps Trooper. You can tell because he's got the yellow stripe down the middle. And I think he also came in another set. I think it was the Clone Turbo Tank from 2005, 6, something like that, 7, one of those. He's got the binoculars, which is cool. You can give that to any of them. And then you've got the gun. The detail is really nice on this guy. Look at this. It's so good. He's pretty much just a standard clone, except he's got the yellow, like, ranking, which makes him, different. He also has some different markings on his torso. He's got, like, a pauldron and a little bit of a strap on this side. And a couple of his belt notches are colored yellow. He does have back printing as well. It's okay. You can see the pauldron. And the big deal with these clones, you'll see, is a lot of them have the black head. So there's no human head with any of these. You'll see that. They're all just the same black head. But the cool thing is it's got the visor built into it. So that's what gives them the unique look of this time. Honestly, I love this guy. It's so good. I actually have the original still. But this is such a great figure. And he was mistaken for Commander Cody, I believe, at the time. I think he's either supposed to be Bly or Cody. Probably Bly, which is one of my favorite commanders. So it's cool to get him. He's really nice, really cool. He's definitely the leader of the pack in this set, and it's great to have him again. And you get this one. This one's a little bit more unique at the time. This was a shock trooper, one of the Emperor's style of clones, and he's really cool. He's got a lot of nice red details. He almost looks like he reminds me of like a firefighter, but he's got the rifle this time, and he does have a lot of red detailing. He's dominated by red, which is great. And he's kind of like the security force of the squad. He's got a lot of nice details. Again, same thing with the head, just black head, cutout visor, helmet. Really nice. I think this was the first set to include him, so that's pretty cool to get him. And he looks excellent. I think he also came out in a few other sets later down the line. So I think this was the first one, but he came in other sets. So it's great to have him as well. He's the second specialty. And then lastly, you just get the two grunt guys. There's just like the standard phase ones, the shinies, and they both have the black heads, cutout visors. Their detail is great. I love these helmets. These are definitely my favorite Lego clone troopers that they've made. Part of it's nostalgia. Okay, these were like the first like clones I ever got, so that 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 plays a factor. But I just like the design of the helmets. I think they're really dope. Just the way they designed them and the printing. It's just the style. It's so different from now, which I like. And the detail's great. You can see the armor. It's very nice. You got the two, the markings right there. Nice belt detail. Nice armor. Matches episode 3 very well. Very nice. Not, they're not as special as the other two, but they look great. They've aged very well. I think they look great. They also have the guns, the standard guns. The guns are really cool, I will say. Because again, this was the first set to include these types of guns, so that was cool to get a different type of weapon for these guys. And it's appropriate because they're clones. You want them to have some good weapons, and they give you some. That was cool. And those are the figures. I think they're great, for sure. They're definitely unique clones. I think they're definitely better than the episode 2 clones that they came out with. Those ones are a little bit weird because they have like the different chin design. I don't know. It's just how I feel about that. But they're great. They're very nostalgic. But I just think they're very nice. Obviously not printed the best. I think it depends on which batch you get. But still, it's really nice to have them again. Like, just intact, not broken, which we'll get to. So, those are the minifigs. They're like 10, 15... It depends, like, they're like from 10 to 13 to 15 bucks a piece. So they're not cheap. But you know what? Whatever. This set has a lot of value with these figures. So I think it's fair. But other than that, you also get these two builds. The builds are pretty cool. It only has 58 pieces, so you're not getting a ton. Obviously, I would like this to be cheaper, but inflation and just the value and how old this set is made it a little bit more pricey. Which I think is fair. Lego Star Wars is just pricey in general. So, especially like clone stuff, so that's fine. The turret's nice. A cool feature is you can take one of the guns. Preferably, you want to take the rifle. And there's a cone. You can take that rifle, stick it up there, and then you can have, the gunner, not the gunner, the shock trooper kind of use it. Or you can just have any of the troopers, like, the shinies or whatever. You can have any of these guys man the turret. You've got standing room for one fig. So if you want, boom, you got a turret to man. And it's got some nice pieces. You've got these like slopes and these, hexagon parts and this, wheel cover with the dark red couple parts. That's kind of clever. It's small, but it works because this is a small set and it's really nice, for just a very small amount of parts. It's pretty cool. You can angle the gun as well, so if you want to do that. And you can also have the minifig sit down, so if you want to have them like that. Obviously not like that, but you could do it. You could do that as well. So that's cool. And it's nice, it's a nice little build. And I think it's aged fairly well. Obviously, they've done better builds since then, but you know, it works for the time. And I think what really works for the time is this speeder. This is like the main thing that you're basically, building. And it's cool. It's definitely not as sophisticated as nowadays. The pieces in this are pretty vintage, I guess. A lot of these are old. Like these engine parts, this railing, you've got these like blasters and these old school guns, and you've got the tap handles and the jumpers, a couple nice dark red parts, which is nice. And it fits 2 clones. So what's nice is you've got this back section which actually can hold a gun, and then you've got the front section which can hold like the commander or the captain. So basically what you want to do is you want to take a couple of the clones and they can kind of sit back to back. That's what this divider's for, which is kind of cool. And there you go. It's pretty simple. You have to remember the time that this came out. This was 2007, so they were just getting their footing with these like battle style sets. This was the first type of set. So they were kind of facing off against droids. So it was a little bit simple. And the droid set is too. But it works. You've got the clones back to back. You got a gunner, a pilot, It looks nice. It's just not nearly as it's not as flashy as now. The speeder builds are just way better. But for the time, it looks great. You can see them. They're shooting, piloting, and it works. I like the design. I like the fact that you can take a gun and put it on the back, and you can take the pilot, and it's cool. It's a simple build, but it works again. And I especially like the shout out with the old school guns, because before this set, they used those bull horns, these type of guns, these old like megaphone guns from like the 90s, and they used them for the longest time until this set where they actually gave us guns. But I think this is great. You can move the controls a little bit. You can move them like that. And that's about it. It's cool. I like the blue and like the dark red and the white with the grays. It works. You got these little stands as well, so the speeder can hover a little bit. It's nice. I like this a lot. It brings back a lot of nostalgia for me, because I think this was the first Lego set I bought with money. I think back in 2007. It was either this one or the droids. I think I actually might have bought them at the same time, around the same time, maybe a day apart. But I just remember going to the store and seeing this one. I think I bought this one first and then the droids one another day. So there's that. But it's so cool to have this again after so long. It's so weird because I've been without this specific set for so long, and it's bummed me out. Like this is like one of the first big sets I remember, getting. Obviously not my first, but it was like the first one I bought. It was either that or the droids one. I don't remember. I think it was this one, but just seeing it again is really cool. I'll definitely put it on display for sure because of the history of it for me, and I'm a big fan of these clones. So to have them again is really nice. It brings back a lot of memories, a lot of nice memories. But one other thing I wanted to do actually is show you the book. I don't usually do the books anymore with these reviews, just because they're a little bit, similar. But this is back in 2007, so they did a lot of advertisements for the sets coming out. You can see the artwork is great. Got Darth Vader. This is the old Vader artwork that they did, and they're fighting the droids. Obviously, you can't see the droids because it's a part of the different book. But let's just take a look at this. It's very retro, but it works, I'm not going to go through every single page, but just some of this is so nice to see, And this set is old enough I could consider it a retro review. And there's the Droids Battle Pack. Actually, I think that's 2 of the Droids Battle Packs. Yeah, because it got 2 of the speeders, and I think they edited one of the troop transports out. I'll try to get this set together if I can. It's not gonna be that expensive. It's this set is much cheaper than this set, because it's just droids. But yeah, they're facing off. You can see 2 of the clone battle packs there. Again, they edited the speeder out for some reason, but there's tons of clones. The first Clone War, or the first Lego Clone War. There's Grievous's fighter from 2005. There's the Imperial transport thing, shuttle, troop transport. I think that's what that is. And then there's the 2 battle packs. And then there's the Y-Wing and the ATST. Sorry for the glare. And that's the first set I ever got. This is the first set I ever... This is like the first Lego set I ever got, ever. This is Jabba's sail barge. This is the original. And no, I don't have it built. So... maybe someday I'll buy it again. It's just really expensive to get now, so that's why I don't have a review for it. Obviously, if I was smarter, I would have just saved the set until now, but whatever. There's a picture of the box art. It's pretty awesome. And then there's the Star Destroyer from 2006. Or 2007. It's one of the... I don't remember. It's one of those. Really cool set. And then there's Lego Club, which is no longer a thing. And there's Shop at Home, which is no longer a thing, although it's still Lego.com, but different. Anyway, that's just the booklet. I thought I'd share that. Just why not? Share my thoughts on these old sets. Very cool. There's the trademark. So, I'm a huge fan of this set. What is a little expensive? Yeah. But, I mean, every Lego Star Wars set, like, that's old is going to be kind of pricey, which is just unfortunate, you know? But, whatever. Just to have it again is so good. Like, I'm definitely putting a spot for it. I don't know exactly where it's going to go, but it's going somewhere. And I'll try to get the Droids Battle Pack. I'll try to have a review of that as soon as I can. Definitely not as good of a set, I think. I think this one's way better, which is probably why it's more expensive. But if you can get it used or boxed for a good price, definitely do it. It's got a lot of retro vibes. It's very nostalgic, but it holds up very well. Like, you have a nice speeder, you have a nice little turret, you've got 4 great figures, and you know, admittedly without the droids one, it's a little bit lacking, but still, I've been waiting a long time to talk about this, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I was able to piece together the builds and stuff, get the figures. It was definitely worth it. I'm a fan of this one. It's probably my favorite battle pack. I know it's not the best, but it's my favorite. So, yeah, I think it's great. I have a bunch of other battle pack reviews, so if you want to see those, check those out. And, I mean, that's about it. What do you think of this set? The Clone Troopers Battle Pack? The original? Let me know what you think. Has it aged well, in your opinion? Has it aged terribly? Do you think other battle packs are better? And what is your favorite battle pack? And what's your favorite clone? I like to know that. And do you have this? Do you want it? Do you think they could do better? And what do you think of the 2007 wave? Do you think that was a good year, or do you think it wasn't? Thank you for watching. Appreciate your support, and I will see you for the next review. Take care, and have a great day. Thanks.